they're going to earn a lot of that. That should put them, they're up in 5th there, which puts Wolves down in 9th, looking to try and jump up over Rex, who are on 65, 1 point ahead of them.
Yeah, I mean, Wolves do want to go slightly further than this. Sakura is that player to make it happen. And we'll just go for the rundown instead, but Sakura holds on strong. Slick edge like the Blossom.
Ooh, not to that one though. Here goes on that off angle, keeping the Wolves alive. Two players remain for them now. They are still on 65 points, drawing even. So they are losing that tiebreaker with DRX and OG, which puts them still down in 9th place. So they need one more to jump up into that bubble. Of course, it's not the end of today that matters, it's the end of tomorrow, but it's a nice to end in 11, I'm sure. Circle closes fairly central. It's teams on the north, Mad Bulls, Virtus Pro, who are going to have to move the most.
Virtus Pro will be pushing in through that side. Right now, they do have angles on towards Mad Bulls just yet, but equally both teams are kind of formation game from one another. Virtus Pro could make the mad dash over towards What Treatment. That's a possibility. It's a bit of an uncomfortable finish on the circle around where Alpha 7 is probably one of the better spots right now, where they can transition to the high ground on the west, or even just play out to control the eastern side. But that's a very good pickup for the start there over towards Tulika, and I would 100% take that chance on the fight.
They'll send up Voston immediately trying to control that ridgeline. Tulika getting back for the rest of the Mad Bulls. Now to reflip, catches him. Hides of this one around because Malloy, the blue pushing, stage 5, you need to get him up if you want him to stay alive. I don't think they have to do it though. A really valuable pickup, and that is going to slow Virtus Pro all the way down on the approach. Flip, keeping them safe for the time being, but Voston wants more. Wants another bite. And wants another go. And Voston moves in forward. But doesn't go down. The DPS rocks around the corner and connects with Malloy this time. Recurrent flip on the inside, burns the top window, but it's the other one you need to worry about. Voston still ducks away from it and stays alive for a little longer.
There's a nasty nade you can get out from this backward window. Voston's looking to send one back here on that side, gets a little bit of damage done. Flip now looking to get that nade out the side, but VP very aware of this one right now. Fall into that. I think he's a little bit impatient on his push, could have waited for some of the attention to be taken away. And for VP, it's kind of been the thing that slowed them down, concerning themselves with getting Malloy back up into picture. Good jump out from Milky Way, takes down Tulika.
Leaves Mad Bulls again, just on the one player. Lemon now on the off angle versus Aragon, trying to keep themselves together. The last player now for Virtus Pro. They want to chime in. They want a piece. They're trying to third party the engagement, moving Levi. He's flexed other 3 players from DXavier. Seems like they might want to regroup on it. Look at that push around to the north of DXavier. They get this fight as Virtus Pro falls.
Very well done to DXavier. They hear that fight. They move up. And if you can play off from this hillside and this ridge down towards the south, you actually have a very good chance in this game. But not only that, they've cleared out so many teams now on this northern side. It's 2 total, so they know a lot of the presence from this northern side of the map is gone, which is super helpful for their finish towards the end of this. Also, in other news, this is the first time in a while we see DXavier not with 2 players, not with 3 players, but with 4.
I mean, you wouldn't look at their point on the north, though. They are split still 3-1. Paragin remaining that backstop. We'll see if they can figure it out. Play back as a 4. Send after Lemon from the Mad Bulls. Maybe look to move up. It's Alpha 7, though. The major threat within this circle. Holding the buildings. It's going to be a difficult approach. Southside, Kara still in effect. We'll see what they can do for their players still, too.
Eagles getting shut down on the southeast side. Baton being the last player alive for the Wolves. Not quite placement point range yet, but a 6-point game. Terrible for the Wolves right now, but they would like some more icon moves in and move teams down wild. Down to the maestro himself in Loxy.
Just as good. Able to take gun, but the second peak for Icon is going to work out for them. Kaya eliminated. Definitely no back-to-back for them. 11th place and potentially lower could be on the cards. R8, they've heard the noise and they want to roll into water treatment. They want to sip themselves.
This is a good chance for that. I thought I was down and out earlier when we saw them take down Regnum Kaya, but then have a tough time. That is a bad nade from ESO. Self-nade on the team is never pretty to see. Jafar around the corner, though, will take down two. That leaves just Prestige up. Jafar.
Nade cooking, looking to get those flushes on board. Jafar, pressure back, able to confirm one. Pops out the window, slick with it. Now, what is the outside player for R8? He's still picking up those points, and Jafar's being naughty here. Needs to be put on the set. Ida catches him jumping in, but doesn't connect. Jafar with another. Oh my goodness me. Looking to go for a 1v4. He's put himself into the 1v1 now against Prestige. Jafar, the last player for GS, looking to survive. Has the door frame. Prestige nearly got connect onto by the DBS shot there. 2 rounds left in the chamber. A first aid now being popped. Prestige can't quite find the nerve to step in through the door frame, and I don't blame him. He's taken down everybody else. Looks for another. Has to reload now. Steps out just too wide, and Prestige puts an end to the naughty business there for Jafar, but he did damage.
I have never seen such bold behavior like that. The way he was jumping windows, it was humiliation right there for R8, to be quite honest with you. The amount of times that he jumped through the windows, R8, I don't blame them very much, to be honest with you, because it's a case, who in the right mind jumps through those windows like that? It's such a bold strategy and one that works hardly any of the time. But he was just taking advantage of the fact that no one does that sort of thing. Almost a 1v4. What incredible from Jafar there. And I mean, he has stepped up multiple times in the past, but Sam, what a barn burner that play was.
I mean, he had that performance against APG very early on in the tournament. It's a really a clip to add to his show reel, I'm sure. Looks like look at the final players of R8 out. Certainly a disturbing situation for them to try and find their way out of. DXavier, them with the top here, and the good news for the Woolwell on the opposite side is that placement points have kicked in, which means that they will head up towards the top 7, unless Alpha 7 is able to get a big game on today and push them all the way down. But even then, I'm not so sure that they can.
I kind of get what DXA were trying to do here with Pubg on the eastern side, trying to provide an anchor point just in case the circle does head east. But usually when that happens, you don't try and take 3v4s. That's like not ideal. And that's exactly what DXA for. Finally, Pubg does regroup with the rest of the teams. They're down to 3 now, but they're starting to get buffed up, right? Every time they lose a member on DXA, they seem to get stronger somehow.
Yeah, it's way of things, it seems. 3 players at the top of the mountain. 80, the casualty for them. Prestige still alive. He kept it together in those final moments. Let's see if he can continue to do so. Ulf taking pressure. The heavy hits coming on through from DXavier. Got Barragin, gets the sideline they need.
Just down towards Ulf right now behind the Luke, trying to keep things pretty for the time being, but starting to look uglier and uglier. Time goes on. Takes a shot from Obscura distance. It is not the player that I expected to be saying the name of so many times from Alpha 7. I'm glad it is. He is really showing his weight in gold here for Alpha 7 throughout these. They've not had the best one of it, but he is certainly keeping them in the running.
He's pushing up, looks for Lambor, not going to connect in response either, has to fade away. Prestige has a little bit more to give. Paragin is both pushing over now, and you've got to wonder what can he do. Answer is nothing. They will fall. That is going to be DXavier able to shut that one down. They're up to 7 elims here, blank. R8 as well, getting a hefty tally, but they will draw short on the approach to DXavier.
I mean, DXavier almost felt like R8 was channeling Jafar in that moment. Right. He may have been Jafar, but the spirit was near with R8 for Prestige. DXavier able to hold on though. Evan starting to branch out just slightly, and lo and behold, Kara once again in a top 4 scenario. They are determined to catch up to Thunder Talk today.
I mean, they're 17 points behind. Got 5 elims, so it would need. I mean, 5 and 7 that would be a 22-point game. So 12 elims and the chicken dinner total. I mean, for Kara, that's doable, right? That's easy. That's easy work. That's light loads.
It is. It is light work for them. Just a warm up. Well, I don't know. The warm around has gone. They've added too much weight to the tables. The Xavier is able to find at least one over their way, but should be short order before that's picked up again. But it does give a small chance for DX Xavier to. They're taking a 2v4. Of course they are. I don't know why I thought they would be trying to do anything different.
Okay, he's pulled out the side. No style points on the roll up there. We saw it a couple of times yesterday, and Kara learned their lesson from the other times. And they've seen it before. They'll put it to sleep. And that's a res.
It's like DX Xavier has no limits. They just have no limits. Like, we're going to go for a 2v4, sure, and I'm going to drive in and do a flyby. Don't worry about it. Yeah, makes no sense. Anyway, Kara, Alpha 7 going head to head, but Revo already being down. They need it badly.
Cabello able to tag on Tommaso. You'd hope he was laid very still on the deck. And then knock as well. Alpha 7 finally stopping Kara where nobody else could. There's a nade, there's a follow-up. The spray downs are good, but now 2 players. It's a 2v3. Kara wanted to try and answer. He's out actually fairly isolated here. The next circle does close center. Worried. CEO spots Obscure on the off angle. There's not a really forced presence from Alpha 7 towards CEO, and they're right on the edge of the blue zone. That's what they needed. Obscure on the mini 14 at distance. Give him Lewis next, see what he could do.
It's a good swing up from him to finish off our day today. Lewis behind the loot crate, but the only loot here is going to be the chicken dinner for Alpha 7 when Obscure will finish this off. And beauty that Obscure is the final blow from that team. But a nice relief here for Alpha 7. I think that does get them back up into the top 7 now off the back of those 10 points they gained. And they can look lively going into tomorrow, John.
They definitely will be in the top 7, and unfortunately for the Wolves, that's going to push them out, despite the point that they were able to earn in the survival rankings there towards the end. So, yeah, I mean, too bad, so sad. I guess you get pushed out by your co-America's team as Alpha 7 look to try and regain former glory towards the end of day 2. Great little turnaround for them. They're building very, very strong, and they moved out nicely to cover the ground around them. Quiet until the very end, but they did start to turn up the heat then.
Yeah, and it's all that matters really is just getting those points consistently. And I think Alpha 7, despite, you know, it's not been amazing, they have been putting those points here and there. I feel like it was a matter of time before we saw a good Alpha 7 game, because we know this is not a bad team.
Yeah, it's definitely a team with a lot of power, a lot of legacy as well. They have had their low, so we'll hope it's going to be another performance like that. For now, they'll be happy. Let's head over to the desk.
Bring it back. Bring it. Keep it back. Look at all this. Bring it.
Alpha 7 get their second chicken dinner of the tournament and their first one on Miramar, and a much needed one as well, Max, man. These guys just dropped out of that top 7. A chicken dinner right here is going to pay dividends for them. And I'm telling you, we were kind of talking about it in the background, right? Once I saw this circle and Alpha 7's position, I was like, they don't lose this. And I'm so glad they didn't.
I wasn't sold on the 100% chicken dinner opportunity for Alpha 7. It depends on the timing, and I'm happy to see that the timing was literally perfect from Alpha 7. This Kara fighting the side of DX Xavier with that original push, Niptera, I think it's fair to send it, just flying into Kara right there. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out for them. But Alpha 7 see that as a great opportunity to just wrap around up north, get the off angle. Obscure in particular was the nail in the coffin for this chicken dinner and taking absolute control of that finishing circle and getting themselves the win. And look at the damage, especially, except for Revo, that was just in every fight. He was the tank of the team.
Yeah.
Everyone else, low damage, meaning it was very one-sided in their favor. And this is the Alpha 7, in particular on Miramar Niptura, that I wanted to see, and finally, they delivered.
Yeah, I love seeing a win that's taken by angles, right? You had a player on different spots of the high ground, somebody on the low ground as well, somebody coming on through. You had a wide wrap around to try and just hem in that last player car 100%. And I love to see that. That's no chances taken, just pure skill, pure game knowledge coming through to grab a win. So really nice that we could end the day with an A7 win just like that.
You know what we're also going to end the day with, right? Some more points on the side of Kara. I mean, come on. These guys had, I mean, the best day of a gauntlet for sure, right? I mean, because this is the first gauntlet, but I mean, it's going to be tough to beat, Max, man. I mean, these guys went crazy.
Look, if CEO from Kara is not MVP, I don't know what to believe anymore, okay? He has to be MVP of the day. There's absolutely no way that does not happen. We'll see, of course, later on as we go on to this ending segment for today. But of course, we're going to be checking out some highlights for this match. A lot of things happening from the very early stages, and in particular, we have to bring it up. APG Orangutan hot drop happened, and this time around, APG take home the win.
Yeah, it was really nice to see because they were actually prepared for it as well. They had those wraparound angles, able to do what they need to do, and OG were just like, can't do much here. We're just going to send it as a solo. Nicely done. I love this. I mean, I don't love this for Regnum, but that was just so funny. Let's just go in direct line of fire of R8 as the car comes through, flying in. Ping doing the business, clutching that up for his teammate there as well. DT been a little bit quieter in the second half of the game, or second half of the day rather, but honestly, we know their points. We know they're in probably to the finals most likely here. And a lot of car shenanigans going on, but yeah, we've been talking about a few of these teams. One team I do want to talk about though, Max, is Wolves, right? Wolves been interesting.
I actually am very happy you bring up Wolves. I wanted to talk about them. That push at the end there versus E-Arena, that fight was, to be completely honest, it was a mess. The way they send it, solo after solo, and they just give multiple 1v1s over to E-Arena. Not happy about it. I feel like this is a team that now is struggling to kind of keep up with the massive improvements we're witnessing from the entirety of this lobby for the Gauntlet stage. And right now, they're falling behind and at a pretty rapid pace too. Podjukes, I know you're a big fan of this team, but as of right now, Wolves, yeah, they are definitely falling behind.
Oh, big time. I mean, something like I said, I was just looking at their fight style. They are constantly just getting split up and getting in these 1v1 situations, and that is just not where they're going to have any success at all. I mean, when you have so much experience in this lobby, everybody is playing as an absolute unit. So if you second guess yourself and you got players just kind of focusing on two different things at one time, you're not going to have a lot of success. And I'll tell you what, Neptura, one thing that I've definitely noticed, right, is Doran, the IGL, getting knocked early, right? Quite a bit.
Yep.
How do you think that has impacted this team so far?
I think it really drops confidence if a team or a player consistently goes out very early, because it immediately puts you on the back end. It puts you on a defense. And it's something where it's like, listen, we got to figure it out. Because if it's a singular player, right, that goes time and time again and gets knocked, I don't really care if he's the IGL or not, right? If he's the IGL, it's the better one of the players to go out early because he can still do his job from that position. However, there's something that needs to change. If he keeps going out early, it's either got to be rotations, he's got to be splitting too far. There's something that's got to be rectified there.
Yeah, I mean, something's got to change up. I mean, they do get it 8 points in this match, which is definitely better than what we've seen mostly today. So it's not the worst ending, Max, man, but if we want to see them in the top 7, especially with how we've seen a lot of these teams perform, they're going to have to make it happen right in the final moments.
Yeah, 8 points in PMGC, unfortunately, can only take you so far. But as of right now, it is not enough to remain comfortably in the top 7. Though we did see on the first page of these match rankings, Ulf, I think there was only 1 elimination for 5 placement points. I still want to see more. I know I've been saying this a lot today, Niptura, for Ulf, but they're just getting these literally god-tier positions in these games. We saw on Rondo earlier today, a few times on Erangel, and this game in particular really stands out to me as you're gifted a great spot and yet they don't do anything with such a good position. Unlike, for example, Carrillo, that had a central compound, and these guys were blasting. Almost 600 damage.
Right.
These guys were on fire, doing what I wanted to see Ulf do, but no, Alpha 7 were the one to stand out the most in the center of the circle.
Yeah, it really goes to show, you know, A7 is like, hey, you got a compound, doesn't mean you just have to sit in it. You can do the business from there. Thundertalk still top of the leaderboard. Kara, even with that big last game, not able to surpass them just yet, but they're pretty darn close. And I think it's safe to say, guys, that they are in top 7 pretty comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Alpha 7 here in particular, Hodrix. The Americas, they have a team up here. It's Alpha 7 from Brazil. They're popping off, and the 2 wins will finally push them up here in 5th position, followed up by then Xavier. VP dropping down slowly but surely despite a very hot start in the gauntlet. And we're seeing then DRX dropping down. Orangutan for the first time here outside of top 7. And not just by a little bit, overtaken by 3 or 4 teams, if I'm not mistaken. So Orangutan, we said we needed to see a win. We didn't see it today. There's still time tomorrow. But again, the time is ticking. You need to get a win eventually if you want to be in the grand finals.
That's right. 6 more matches tomorrow. That is it, right? And you've got to get into top 7. Otherwise, you're going to the group stage. We can take a look at the daily MVP, Neptura, and of course, it's CEO.
Of course it is. We knew from the beginning that's who it was going to be. He had the nades. He had the Overwatch angle. He had the damage. 3.5k damage just from him alone. Nearly 20 eliminations is, I feel, unheard of, Max. This is a crazy performance from CEO.
I mean, of course, the eliminations, damage, and everything stands out, but I'm going to go a little bit further here. An average survival time on the day of 23 minutes is ludicrous. Genuinely, that means you're always getting to the later stages of the game. And of course, because your survival time is so high, it gives you ample opportunities to frag out, get the elims, get the damage, and be even better looking on this daily MVP graphic. So genuinely, I'm impressed not only by the survivability of CEO later and the entirety of Kara, but also how they take fights, when they take fights. And so far, this is the team that I would say throughout the entirety of the gauntlet has impressed me the most, even more than Thundertalk, that currently are still in first place. Kara, what they did today was truly exceptional, and I want to see another day like this. Hopefully, it's not just a flash in the pan, but it was such a good day that replicating this hot juke seems almost impossible. Like, come on.
It's a big, big flash in the pan. Oh my gosh, just a crazy stat for you guys. Kara, 78 eliminations. APG, 39 total points. You know what that means? They did double the amount of points than APG did in eliminations alone. But let's go ahead and take it on over to the stage to 7WG for the last interview.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of day 2. We have played 6 matches, and I have none other than Thundertalk C team next to me. A team that's currently been performing so well, finishing in first place once again. But I want to ask you, I want to go back a little bit more, because between PMWC and PMGC, what has been the biggest adjustments you guys have made to make sure you can win at the global stage?
OK， 就是说呢，就是从 PMWC 到 PMGC， 你们做了什么调整，然后什么改进，让你们有机会更大的机会去获得这个世界级的赛事呢？
主要是因为做了一些随机应变的方式吧，然后就是在探底的时候，之前我们都是就一路被人追着杀，然后现在都是放慢节奏，然后一个人去看点，然后3个先布防。
Okay, so his response is like he keep calming and he changing the strategies, like from starting to keep chasing, and like right now he's going to be like one people staying in the main point and looking all over around the situations, and 3 people we going to like chase detecting the opponent locations. Yeah.
All right, well, hey, great information, especially if all the teams are currently watching as well. Now, after 2 days of the gauntlet, has there been any team around here that's causing you guys some issues?
就是他问的是你们目前有没有遇到什么最难缠的对手呢？
我觉得最难缠的对手就我们自己，因为在这2天比赛看来，只要我们正常发挥的话，基本都没啥问题。
Okay, his response is like the biggest enemies in between the lobbies is self, because they face like the own is the biggest enemies at if they like keep calming down and like relaxing in the playing the games, like maintaining their performance, everything is good.
Okay, well, that's good to know. And you guys are maintaining that performance because you guys are currently in first place. Now, as back-to-back PEL champions, the fans have a lot of high expectations for you guys that you guys haven't been able to meet in previous global events. Do you feel that pressure having to perform here at PMGC?
OK，就是说呢，作为背靠背的 PEL 冠军嘛，就是到了这个世界级的赛事呢，就是怎么说？
Like, are they feeling any pressure from the fans that having the high
对，
expectation?
就是你们不负观众的所托嘛，这个对于你心里中的分量是怎么样的呢？
我觉得有他们的相信也是能让我们打得更加的自信。
So with their supporting, so they can feel like more greater and try their best to feel like try their best in perform more better in the competition.
All right, well, you guys are currently performing. You guys are in first place. I'm pretty sure everybody currently watching you that are your fans are going to be happy, and you're shutting some haters up, too. Thank you so much. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this day, because make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, because day 3 is going to be spicy. We'll be finding out which top 7 teams get a direct ticket to the grand finals, and those 9 teams that will be going to the group stage.
Well, I can tell you one of them, right? And that's Thunder Talk, right? They're going to the finals. They have crushed it so far today. I think Kara did as well, right, Max, man? Let's be real. Okay, we got 6 more matches left tomorrow. With the performances we've seen so far, like I just mentioned, I think there's some teams that are for sure going to make it. In reality, how many slots do you think are available?
I would say currently 3 slots and a half.
Wow.
It's all dependent on how R8 perform at the start of tomorrow. Thunder Talk, Kara, Mad Balls, for me, all those 3 teams, they're in 100% in top 7. They're locked in right now as we speak. R8, they currently have 90 points. One average game they should be in, but then the bottom 3 definitely are up for grabs here, Hot Juke. So anyone can still take those top 7 spots away.
Yep, it's totally possible. I mean, with that few amount of slots left, it's going to be crazy tomorrow, because yeah, there's definitely a point bubble right there. So Neptura, right? Which teams tomorrow need to just come in swinging? We're talking chicken dinner off the rip.
Off the rip, I think anybody 8th to 13th, honestly, need to do that. Wolves, DRX, OG, Regnum Kara, GS, or Ulf, because they are all the way, Ulf's all the way down in 13th, but the point difference between 7th and 13th is, quick math, 12 points.
Yeah.
That is it. One good game, right off in Rondo, you're in top 7, and you're well on your way to solidifying that position. So that is absolutely where we need to be.
Well, that's it. One more day left in the gauntlets, right? 7 slots available. Mark your calendars. Make sure you're there. We're going to be there for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed it so far. We will see you guys tomorrow.
history. For my brothers I will bleed and bring home all the glory. I know they're waiting for me now to win it all. I hear my name cried in the crowd. They call. There is only one way I can survive. Fighting through all of the pain, the best will rise. Now my flames burn bright and my head's held high. Oh, can't knock me down. No, my fears are buried down tonight. And I dried my eyes 'cause I'm a fighter, won't ever back down. Now I'm breathing fire. I'm breathing fire. Now I'm breathing fire. Now I'm breathing fire. Now my flames burn bright and my head's held high. Oh, can't knock me down. No, my fears are buried down tonight.
Hello, yo. Ah, so हम पहुंच गए बहुत बढिया म्याच भी देखे एकदम राम्रो म्याच हेर्नु भर्खर हामीले पब्जीको तर मलाई थाहा भएन त्यहाँ के भयो भनेर अब हामी आफ्नो जागिरतिर ध्यान दिउँ छ आहा
I made the
Good luck,
top 3
mates.
just now. Good luck, mates.
राम्रो लबी मात्रै परोस् भन्ने कुरा हो Yeah, hello. Tell to our
Let's
come.
go. Let's go.
Tot another guys. You are like a lang man. I'm sick is the hero. কি দেখলেছি কিনা পড়লো আপনার কিনা
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, what love you exactly. Turn the gun. But love you. Aslında you exit. Oh, yeah. Circle is man.
Awesome.
Bro, मलाई रिकल इ गर न यो मुनिबाट
तुम्ही मला बाहेर नाही
Awesome.
पछाडि त्यो ऊ खोल्नु लाग्छ अनि यही मलाई रिकल गर्नु न रिकल गर्नु
Aslında saçma So my life. hell?
Awesome.
Oh, wait. Wait. हुँदो रहेछ यार दोस्त कानमा कानमा खुच्चाएको रहेछ पेगन चोर
Sometimes I wonder, which is faster, your bullets or my shuriken?
Obviously mine should give me my bullets.
Heyo, I'm pounding. Let's get that sardine. I mean, victory. You can chat with me by voice chat, but sadly, I currently only understand English. Gunfire! Where's it coming from?
Awesome.
La 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 la.
Watch out for enemies!
Whatever. Huh?
Watch out.
Yo, chill out! Enemy is right here!
Whatever. Okay.
Victory in sight. I hope we can win this. Play zone's right next to us. Should we go in early and set up an ambush? Enemies? Hey, mark them. I'll be right there.
Mark the location. Awesome. Awesome. Help!
Kota mark. Mark.
Watch out! Help!
Le.
Watch out! Help!
They
Mark the location. Watch out!
Magalam. आवाज आ रही है ओए ये दूसरी لا 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 لا. لا لا. خدا داره. بده. ما بابا داره. چطور داره؟ होठों से छू कर ला 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 ले ले क्रिएट कि गन्ध आयो मलाई ए एन्टोनी लगेन मैले माथि यसपालि फेरि माथि जोड्नु लागेन अरे भो ओइ कता जोड्नु कता 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 कतातिर कता नम्बरतिर मा गर न मा गर बाँकी काम त हामी गरिहाल्छौँ नि ले छिटो मरे अस्ति आफै मर ए नम्बर 1 आफै मर रिकल हुन्छ आफै त नजाऊ वेट कता छ कता صدق كان هذا ده تناقص في الزود ولا أقول ولا عناد ولا سوي يعني إيش أنا لي لا لا يا ما ته آه أوه just the battle moment miss موضوع لا كده عايز نقرنا टू बार खेल कर तो होने यार ये बनी खेलता है तो जा रहा था कुछ तो अंधेरा में पिंगली ने कहा था ना पहले पहले सुई आंता لا لا और क्या No, no, no. No, 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 no. What is the game? क्या को के हेरेर छु बड़ी बात बोली आपने जापाला से मेरे को मेरा बात कर रहे हो भाई तुम मेरा मेरा किसकी किसका 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 बात कर रहे हो भाई तुम अच्छा 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 हाँ स्टार्ट 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 नहीं करोगे भाई भाई स्टार्ट स्टार्ट करोगे या मैं जाऊँ भाई लेट के क्या हो रहा है भाई लेट के कुछ तो गड़बड़ हो रहा है उधर मैं पकड़ लिया क्या उसने हेलो भाई हिलाओगे क्या हिलाओगे? क्या बोल रहे हो? لا لا हाँ बोलो बोलो ला ला हाँ, रुको रुको भाई मैं भी आऊंगा रुको 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 भाई आप लोग हाँ हाँ बोला भाई मैं मैं आईटी कंपनी में काम करता हूँ भाई आईटी आईटी वो होस्टिंग होता कंपनी होता है ना एक वो होस्टिंग करने वाला मैं कंपनी में एम्प्लॉय हूँ मैं मिल जाती है जितना मुझे पास चाहिए ज्यादा नहीं बोलूंगा बस घर चल जाता है हाँ हाँ ठीक 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 भाई ठीक है ये तो मेरे भूली मेरे दिमाग में नहीं आया भाई ये बात तो हाँ ठीक है ना भाई तो what the fuck हाँ हाँ वही चाहिए तो जिंदगी में है ना वो एक चीज की कमी है ना ठीक है ना भाई हाँ नहीं 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 फिर से वो तो ट्रैवल्स हो जाता था ना विदाउट विदाउट कोर्स भाई नेपोटिज्म बोलते हैं ना उसे दोस्त थे उधर और कर लिया भाई उधर वैसे ही नहीं भाई जितना मैंने पढ़ा था उतना ही क्या काम मैंने उधर स्टार्टअप स्टार्टअप कंपनी को स्टार्टअप भी हमने किया था ना भाई इसलिए मैं मैनेजमेंट टीम में था CFO चीफ फाइनेंशियल ऑफिसर था मैं तो इंडिया में होता है भाई अभी नेपाल तो सिर्फ स्टार्टअप कंपनी है ना अब अभी तो बन रहा है इधर नेपाल नेपाल प्योर नेपाली तो बनास भी था भाई वो हाँ हाँ नेपाली फ्रेन्ड्स नहीं नहीं भाई आप टॉप 10 में पहुंचना है बोल रहे थे अभी अभी रस्का से बोल रहे हैं भाई हाँ वो बात तो थी पेंगुइन हाइड योरसेल्फ वही बुखार कितनी गलत बात है नहीं चलो भाई खेलेंगे फिर कभी ठीक है ना बस ठीक है इनका पेरेंट्स का भी दे डालता है